And this one should have sound.
Well, that'd be good. I like sound.
So I am on Kaisa, and the same person who was the Volibear in the previous game is my Maokai support.
Okay. So this is a duo bot game.
Yes. And again, is the only person in my party.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
I love that skin, by the way. I do like the new Kaisa skin, but it's just tough to beat anyone who has a Star Guardian skin.
Minions
Yeah, I
spawn.
was actually looking at that skin while it was happening. What is the Maokai skin?
It's Astronaut Maokai, which is also pretty awesome.
Yeah, I was gonna say that looks super new. So they awarded your blue? Did I see that?
No, I awarded our blue
Oh, okay.
for Kane since he's starting on the other side.
Yeah. He's probably doing like a Raptor start.
Yeah, I'm sure he is. I didn't actually watch, but yeah, it looks like he is.
And so we're going up against the Samira Thresh lane.
Yeah, I would like to point out that the Samira's summoner name is Nico Topix.
Nice.
So, some degeneracy in this bot lane.
What's degeneracy is that they like actually picked Samira into a Maokai.
There's a lot. Like, there's a lot of degeneracy. Like,
Yeah.
also, like, not to try to be a trendsetter or anything, but like, is an interesting start on Kaisa that I think I'm gonna stick with. Ooh. Little lag spike there.
Yeah, that's interesting. Are you talking about the
The Doran's ring.
ring?
Come on, come on.
I was like, hi, Thresh! Yeah, I like Doran's ring as a start on Kaisa because the mana regen in the early game is super nice. Because I don't want to start tier because Mana Moon's not that good on Kaisa. But like I just use my abilities a lot to farm, and so like the mana regen is super nice.
Yeah, it would definitely make it a little bit easier as well. Going cleanse for the hook.
Yeah, I always take cleanse against Thresh just because it's so easy to just be like, no. I mean, obviously it has a longer cooldown than his hook, but just
But, like,
Thresh play. I don't know how Thresh players never expect the cleanse, even if they see it in champ select or the loading screen. Like it throws them off every single time because they're expecting you to they're expecting to just go in on you when they hook you and you just cleanse it, and they're like, oh. They always like stand there for a second, like I don't know what just happened. Yo, this Kane was actually kind of on point. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
Yeah, definitely. Came in.
Thresh with the spite hook a little bit. Wasn't quite first blood because Aatrox killed Gnar in top lane.
Which definitely isn't the best look, you know. But it looks like Viego's roaming up to potentially kill Gnar again, so he might be camping the lane.
Yeah, he was up there quite a bit. Check in on mid lane. I don't really know who wins that mid lane matchup, but like I can tell you that like Vex did not win it. I'm not saying like Kaisa didn't really get fed, but Vex definitely did not win that lane.
You mean the Akali? That the Akali didn't really scale out of control.
Right.
I mean, to be fair, so yeah, we get the pink ward down.
That ward doesn't last long, unfortunately, but it's because of this. Like,
I
this fight
definitely-
was rough, like,
Okay, I see what you're saying.
and so we were kind of zoned off, and it wasn't even worth it to try and defend the ward. But I got the Cole and boots and a lot of health bots.
He just Busted flash. So that was super easy.
Yeah, Kane kept fighting here, which I thought was kind of iffy. Like, we definitely made it worth it, but... Yeah, see, there's Viego.
Yeah, with Viego coming down, it's like you kind of have to respect that a little bit.
Yeah. I feel like my Kaisa build is really different and unique, and I like it a lot.
I'll definitely have to see how you build it, since I know there's a lot of different builds for her.
It's kind of like on hit, but is a little bit different than your typical on hit build.
Gotcha.
Because it doesn't rely as much on attack speed items, more just relying on her inherent attack speed and Rage Blade.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's definitely attack speed items in the build, but most on hit builds are like rapid fire cannon and shit like that. Started to back, but then Kane.
I was gonna say, I didn't see the cane immediately, but I was like, wow, this might be really scary. Oh, you want it so bad. Oh, and you got it too. Perfect.
Yeah, that lethal tempo attack range increase.
Yeah, for sure.
Nar was definitely having a rough go of it, but he also, like, wasn't really giving up much.
I mean, he's got a couple of deaths, but I mean, once he like realized, okay, I'm in the losing lane right now, he kind of just calmed down.
Well, and he also, like, he has one death to the jungler and one death to his lane opponent, so it's not like any one person on their team is getting out of control.
Right.
Having someone to communicate with in bot lane is super helpful. Especially for me, because I'm such a late game oriented player. Like, I'm not trying to be super aggressive in the early game, and most supports don't know how to, like, accomplish that strategy. Most supports are like, I go ham all the time. And I'm like, but what if we didn't? The Samira also couldn't farm anytime I was in the lane. I don't know if it was me or Maokai or just she's just bad at it. But like, as long as she has a lane opponent, she could not farm. Yeah, they got Maokai here. The flash hook and then the Viego gank, and I was like, yeah, you might just have to die. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's just one of those situations where it's like you, no matter what happens here.
I mean, we still, the sad part is we still turned it around. It just took the rest of the team getting here.
Right. Which is very interesting. The entire team came down to kind of back up support. I wonder if you guys take Dragon after this, or.
I think we do. But I stayed in bot lane to try and, like, make them choose between the tower and the dragon. Or, I guess, me and the dragon. Because they're literally taking the dragon while Samira and Viego fight me. Like.
Right.
So at this point, based on the time, we're about halfway through the game, and I'm 3-0. But I still only have... I don't even have my mythic yet.
Right, it looks like we got, what, the Noon Quiver, trying to build some boots. Are we going Immortal Shield, though?
Nah, we're going to go Kraken Slayer in this one.
Kraken Slayer on this one?
Because Aatrox is beefy, and Thresh is probably going to be beefy. And just Kraken Slayer with Rage Blade, even though it doesn't trigger, it doesn't time perfectly, is still really nice.
Absolutely.
Killing spree.
But I mean, Viego and I are the only ones with mythics so far in the game, so.
Right. Getting that pretty big lead.
Right. Also a 27 CS lead. Or 26 now. Was 27 when I said it.
Rampage.
That was embarrassing. Literally flashed from one bush to another and then proceeded to miss every ability. No, hold up, hold up. Watch this shit.
Yeah, very rough. And proceeds to actually get out traded because
Right.
Maokai has the saplings like actively in the bush and then throws
Right.
another one. And then also weirdly forcing Samira's heal.
Yeah, that was a little bit odd. I'm not sure what that was about, but I'll take it. Because that's two summoners that they used to essentially, like, put Thresh's abilities on cooldown. Like,
Yeah, and lose the trade. I will say Thresh coming back in right here. Very
with
crazy.
the Hex Flash, no less.
Yeah. Samira definitely tried.
She just, I was already too far gone by the time she got her ultimate.
Absolutely.
I also procced my coal not too long before that, so I've got a decent amount of gold to go back and spend.
Well, especially with the 100-0 on the tower right here.
Right. First tower, no less. So finish off Boots, Tiamat, and then that might be it. Sell the coal. Oh, that's right, I got my Rage Knife too.
Unstoppable.
So more attack speed, a Tiamat for an on-hit effect, and all my crit is converted into on-hit damage.
Which would just currently be just your Kraken.
Yeah, currently.
Blue team has slain the dragon.
So be real careful right there.
Yeah, it's like Viego's still fed, but he's not really building beefy, so I can pretty much take him. Also, Aatrox went Eclipse, which didn't help them any.
Right, because he should have definitely went more tanky.
Or at least, like, beefy sustain, like Gore Drinker and Death's Dance and that kind of... Like, at minimum, you need to, like, try to out-sustain me.
For sure.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
That was huge. The shutdown on Viego was, like, a big moment in this game.
Yeah, for sure. I was just wondering if you're gonna be able to get out. Ooh, barely with the Samira, and really barely with
Yeah.
the Thresh.
Killing spree.
But now all of a sudden I'm 7-0. Now the downside is that Akali is starting to get there. Viego's been there. And Aatrox is doing well enough. Like, it's literally just bot lane in this game. Like, Kayn was helpful because he helped out bot lane, but he himself is not accomplishing much.
Instant flash with the Viego there on the Gnar,
And he's still gonna get out.
which is good because Viego flashed after him. So.
And they all went top. Like, there's nobody in bot lane right now. I don't think they adjust that until I'm at the inhibitor. I think I get both towers here. Like, they're literally fighting in top jungle.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Yeah, and you're just like pushing it.
Yeah. And I can see all of them. So, like, I know they're not coming back yet.
And they're actively kind of losing the fight as well.
Right?
Red team double kill. Unstoppable.
Unfortunately, Akali manages to back before I can get to the inhibitor. Or get it, at least. And, like, she's now 5-1, and I'm a little bit afraid of her. Because she is actually more beefy than the Aatrox, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, that would kind of make a little bit of sense with the proto belt.
Yeah. And she's got a fully stacked Dark Seal. Like, she's not unthreatening. But I at this point, I'm just like, I know if I can fight her on my terms, I can win. It's just a matter of accomplishing that.
Right.
I finished my Rage Blade too. I didn't even notice that.
Just an absolute.
Well, Akali wasn't there.
Right.
And now she can't because she'll just die to 4 of us.
Because Tamira's back and like, nope. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if you guys almost went Baron here.
I don't remember. I know we do at some point, but I don't think it's just yet. Because I remember Kayn died to Baron because he was an idiot. Both Gnar and Maokai were there, and Kayn on Blue Kayn decided he would be the one to tank Baron. And I'm pretty sure Gnar was Mega too.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what happens with Gnar when especially when he goes to like fight Baron. Wow, yeah. The 1v4 god over here.
Right.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Force the flash, which is super good. No escape. That was a decent ult then as well.
Yeah, once he flashed, I was like, he flashed the Maokai ult, and I was like, okay, but you're still marked, like.
Yeah, like I'm going in for sure. See,
This is
where
it.
I
This
would've
is
probably.
that's what
Yeah.
they're gonna do. I was like, you guys got this. I'm gonna push while you do it, because they can't. I mean, they're down for 30 seconds. They're not gonna contest it. But Kayn just kept getting right in Baron's face, and he eventually dies.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Yeah, it's a little bit unfortunate. Oof. And there it is.
I mean, we got it, but he didn't get it, obviously, because...
Right. But all he had to do was back up for like one auto.
So yeah, I went Kraken Slayer, Rage Blade, Ravenous Hydra, Guardian Angel, and then if I had, I don't think I finish it, but I think the last item was going to be Nashor's Tooth just to get the upgrade on the W, which I don't actually care that much about, but when I'm working on my last item.
You said you're thinking on like Nashor's Tooth for a last item?
I don't think I finish it, but yeah, I think that's what it was going to be.
Gotcha. Does that push you over your AP barrier to upgrade your W all the way? Or?
Yeah, that's what it's for. It's an attack speed item that by itself gives you enough AP to upgrade the W.
Gotcha.
And it also does on-hit damage.
Yeah. Which, again, that's kind of the whole point of it right here. They just absolutely got drifted on trying to pick you.
Right, and then they surrendered.
Okay.
After 14 kills and no deaths on Kaisa.
Yeah. Definitely a good game, though.
Yeah, no, it was fun.